So appreciative inquiry has a base in positive psychology, as I said earlier. So what it means is, can I look at a situation from an approach of exploration? Can I look at a situation where I can create a dream, where I can create an imagination, where I can create a possibility? So if you want to use appreciative inquiry, my dear friends, one of the base requirements for all of us would be, how do I approach a situation? How do I look at a problem? So the difference here is, when you look at problem solving, what do? We structure it. We list down the priorities. We say what works, what does not work, etc. So a lot of work happens in terms of addressing the problem from the investigation point of view. Appreciative inquiry takes the approach where it says, let me inquire. Now the next point is, what is it that we are going to inquire? What is it that we are going to inquire? It talks about basically 4 Ds. Okay? So if you have looked at any presentation anywhere on appreciative inquiry, you will get to see the 4 Ds. So let's quickly put that up so we know conceptually what we are talking about. So at the core, they talk about define what you want to achieve. Okay? Define what you want to achieve. But if you're using appreciative inquiry, this definition has to be positive according to this concept. So a lot of emphasis is given in this whole approach to the use of words, the use of language. It's not about English language. Any language that you're using, how can you make it positive and more powerful? Okay? So you define the core, you define what you want to do. So defining core becomes the base for all of us to work on appreciative inquiry. Okay? Now once we have defined the core, then appreciative inquiry says, let us do some bit of discovery, which is about what? Discovery is, what is good about the situation right now? Let me explore. What is good about this situation? So it says, suppose you want to work with an employee who for some reason has been a non-performer for a period of time, and you want to use appreciative inquiry. So when you define the core, you're going to say, my objective is to support to the best of my ability this individual to get the best that he wants to achieve in the organization. Look at the words. I'm not saying this is a formula, I'm not saying these are the words to be used, but can you put yourself into that statement, making it a positive statement? That's why I said positive psychology. Okay? So after having done that, we are talking about discovery. Discovery is, what is good in this individual? Is it possible that each one of us have a combination of both positives and limitations, strengths and limitations? So discovery helps us to see what is good in an individual. In an organization context, if you want to build a new strategy, discovery is about what is good about this organization. Historically, what has been the positives about the organization. So we do the discovery. Okay? The next step to the discovery is the dream phase in appreciative inquiry. The dream. So what is the dream? If we are looking at working with this person who has been a non-performer, what is the dream that you have about him, for him? The dream that you could have is, you may not be able to turn him around in terms of performance for whatever reason, but your dream could still be,
Make him try his best.
okay, think a little more about making it positive. Try may still not be positive. To help him
Giving his best.
to give his best in whatever he wants to do. So that's the dream. But if you would have this dream in discussion with the employee, we'll do that little bit of experiencing ourselves. I just want to share with you the concept first. Okay? So we have spoken about discovery. The second step is dream. The third step here is how, which is called in AI parlance Design. Now I'm going to design a plan to achieve the dream. Okay, that's a quick one, and then that's possibly the easiest one for all of us who are logical thinkers and rational believers. So from design phase we go to the last phase in the cycle only, which is destiny. Okay, destiny is what is the outcome of my action? What is the outcome of my action? So appreciative inquiry at the basic understanding level is all about 4 Ds. 4 Ds. 5 Ds if we want to consider defining the core as one of them. Once you define the core, you look at discovery, dream, design and destiny.